Warm greetings to everyone gathered here.
On this wonderful morning, I, Samudyata S of Class 8,
And we, Rishane Shetty of Class 8,
and Erin Winnie of Class 6
are delighted to welcome you to the 43rd School Day celebrations of Little Rock Indian School.
today we celebrate not just another milestone, but the growth, achievements, and togetherness that define our school.
Little Rock Indian School is a place where young minds are nurtured, values take root, and dreams blossom into reality.
Over the years, our school days have been a symbol of joy and pride, showcasing the spirit and talent of Little Rockers.
Today, we stand together to celebrate the 43rd School Day celebrations of Little Rock Indian School. It is another chapter to a well-written book.
Yes, filled with lessons, milestones, and cherished memories. This 43rd chapter is a testament to the legacy of excellence that inspires us to reach greater heights. So, let's make this day a truly unforgettable one as we take you through an array of vibrant and enchanting performances.
The chief guest of the day, Mr. Ashith Hegde, Managing Director, Asia Pacific, Arkieva, Mangaluru, is expected to join us any time from now.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, the chief guest, Mr. Ashith Hegde, is being escorted to the dais by a beloved director, Professor Matthew C. Ninan, the Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew, Principal Dr. John Thomas, and other dignitaries. Please remain standing.
Let us begin the program by invoking the blessings of the Almighty through a soulful prayer song.
Sing forth the honor of His name, sing forth the honor of His name, make His praise glorious. Sing forth the honor of His name, sing forth the honor of His name, make His praise glorious. Make His praise glorious. All the earth shall worship You and shall sing to Your name. All the earth shall worship You and shall sing to Your name. We shall sing to Your name. We shall sing to Your name. Oh, bless the Lord in people. Oh, bless the Lord in people. Make the voice of His praise to be heard. Oh, bless the Lord in people. Oh, bless the Lord in people. Make the voice of His praise to be heard. Make the voice of His praise to be heard. Make the voice of His praise to be heard. Make the voice of His praise to be heard.
Please be seated. It's heartening to see a large number of parents, invited guests, students, and alumni on this momentous occasion. To formally welcome everyone, I call upon Abraham Cherry and Manu Parambil of Class 8.
Revered Director, Professor Matthew C. Ninan, esteemed Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Ashith Hegde, beloved Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali Abraham Matthew, respected Principal, Dr. John Thomas, invited guests, trustees, parents, vice principals, head teachers, faculty and staff of Little Rock, and the sister institutions, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, a very good morning to all of you. I, Abraham Chiriyan Manu Parambil of Class 8, am immensely elated to be here on the podium to take up my responsibility of welcoming you all on this auspicious and jubilant occasion of celebrating our 43rd school day. At the outset, we bow our heads in gratitude to the Almighty, who has made everything possible for the smooth conduct of this function. On this glorious occasion, we fondly remember our beloved founders, late Dr. C.T. Abraham and late Mrs. Alice Abraham, who had been instrumental in establishing this citadel of learning. Our beloved director, Professor Matthew C. Nainan, is one of the pioneers who advocated and practiced the idea of humane schooling successfully in our nation. He strongly believes that with grit and determination, we can mold finer citizens out of common clay, and Little Rock bears testimony to this. Let me accord a wholehearted welcome to you, sir. We are indeed greatly privileged to have our alumnus, Mr. Ashith Hegde, Managing Director, Asia Pacific Arkieva, Mangaluru, as our chief guest. A hearty welcome to you, sir. May I now request Himani Ashith of Class 8 to honor our chief guest with a bouquet. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Himani. Our Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali Abraham Matthew, is an epitome of humility, clarity, and courage. Her soothing presence and timely counsel have always brought the best out of us. A genial welcome to you, madam. Our principal, Dr. John Thomas, is a person who is very keen on empowering the faculty and staff and the children of this institution to reach unsurpassable heights. A warm welcome to you, sir. Let me extend a heartwarming welcome to all trustees and members of the school managing committee, heads and staff of sister institutions, parents, and all the invited guests. I offer a cordial welcome to our vice principals, Mrs. Julia Esther Lewis and Mr. Hari Krishna D. The school day is the result of the teamwork put in by the head teachers, staff, and students of Little Rock. Let me accord a pleasant welcome to all of them. Let me once again extend a sincere and warm welcome to each and every one of you. I hope you will find all the proceedings of the day immensely educative and entertaining. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Abraham, for your kind words of reception. Every milestone achieved is a story of vision, effort, and perseverance. To unfold the inspiring journey of our school over the past year, I now invite our respected principal, Dr. John Thomas, to present the annual report.
Good morning, everyone. Honored dignitaries, esteemed parents, respected teachers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I offer a warm welcome to each one of you. As we reflect on another successful academic year at Little Rock, we are reminded of the unwavering dedication, innovation, inspirational leadership, and the teamwork which are the hallmarks of our school. With a long-standing tradition of excellence in academics, character development, and holistic growth, this year has been no exception. Our commitment to nurturing each student's potential, empowering educators, and fostering a strong, inclusive community remains the focus of everything that we do. This report will flag our achievements, initiatives, and the milestones we have reached, highlighting the values and vision that continue to propel us forward. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, I invite you to join me in celebrating our collective achievements. As we unfold another year of Little Rock, let's bow our heads in reverence and gratitude to our beloved founders, late Dr. C.T. Abraham and late Mrs. Alice Abraham, for the glorious legacy they left behind. Awards and recognitions. IIRF ranking, that is Indian Institutional Ranking Framework. I am glad to announce here that our school is ranked number 7 among the schools of India by the IIRF this year. I am also thrilled to tell you that Little Rock happens to be the only rural school among the top 50 schools, which makes this an incredible achievement. Little Rock has been consistently ranked among the top schools in our country in different surveys for the last many years. K-12 Awards. Little Rock is selected for the coveted ET TechX School Excellence Award 2024, powered by BrainFeed magazine. We are selected under 3 categories: Best Academic Excellence, Best Infrastructure School, and Excellence in Inspirational Leadership. ISRA, that is Indian School Ranking Award. According to the latest survey of Education World, with 1076 total score, Little Rock is ranked 1st in Udupi, 7th in Karnataka, and 62nd in the country under DECOM School Boarding Schools category. India School Merit Awards 2024. Powered by the leading educational magazine Education Today, Little Rock is ranked number 1 in Udupi under DECOM Boarding Schools category. NSA National School Awards. Little Rock Indian School is awarded the School with Best Infrastructure 2024 by NSA. Career 360, a learning educational magazine, has rated Little Rock with A grade for the academic year 23-24 under residential schools category. Students, faculty, and staff. We have 3,738 students with 1,866 girls and 1,872 boys. We also have 168 dedicated teachers and 99 non-teaching staff. We maintain a teacher-student ratio of 1:2. CBSE exams. We presented the 32nd batch of Class 10 students and the 30th batch of Class 12 students in March 2024. Our students performed very well as usual. Let me give you the details of the results of 24 exams. 306 students appeared in Class 10 and all of them passed. Please follow the screen for category-wise distribution. Shara Elizabeth Baiju is the topper with 97.4%. 19 students scored A1 in all subjects. "65 students appeared in Class 12, and I'm happy to announce that all of them passed with first class. Please follow the screen for the category-wise distribution. Ashwini D. Naik is the topper in biology with 96.8%, and Janna and Sonali Shrestha Shetty is the topper in computer science with 96.6%. 4 students scored A1 in all subjects. Please follow the screen for the names. Scholarships and concessions 2024-25. We have been offering scholarships and fee concessions to our students from financially handicapped families and the children of our staff. Please follow the screen for the details. And this year's total outlay is 58,65,618 rupees. New endowments. The following endowments have been initiated this year. The first one, the Mrs. Lally Abraham Matthew and Professor Matthew C. Nainan endowment worth 65,000 rupees. Second, the Mrs. Meera S. Prabhu Memorial Endowment worth 30,000 rupees. Then the Mr. U. Ananda Pujari Memorial Endowment worth 20,000 rupees. And the Dr. S.G. Sarvotam Prabhu Memorial Endowment worth 40,000 rupees. Current year's investments. Please follow the screen for details of the expenditure of this academic year. And the total comes to 1 crore 11,80,271 rupees. Parent-teacher interface. We had our parent-teacher interaction during June and July in 3 sessions. As usual, we had 3 experts to address each gathering. Mr. A.G. Kannan addressed parents of classes 9 to 12 students. Dr. Supriya Hegde addressed parents of classes 5 to 8 students. And Dr. Chedan Gidigari addressed parents of classes 1 to 4 students. As many as 2,470 parents attended the 3 parents' meetings. Let me appeal to the parents to maintain the same spirit in the years to come. Your participation in school activities send out a positive signal to children. Library facilities. As you might know, we have 4 libraries with a combined floor area of 8,770 square feet. We have a combined stock of 49,556 books costing around 70,59,611 rupees. This year, we have so far added 720 books worth rupees 2,10,000. We also subscribe to multiple copies of all major newspapers, magazines, and journals. Library is an ever-inspiring place for our students and teachers of our school. Our alumni who are spread around the globe often testify the role our libraries play in shaping their career and future. Birthday Fund. Our birthday fund is a source of blessing to many people. It's our humble effort to mitigate the sufferings of less fortunate fellow human beings through this fund. This year, so far we have given away 8,72,000 rupees. Our beneficiaries include, please follow the screen. We also make sure that the amount given by birthday fund reaches the right hands. The ultimate aim of such a practice is to make our children understand the joy of giving and the value of compassion and charity. We also give free uniforms to children of 3 neighboring schools. This year, also we have provided school uniforms to around 224 students costing around 1,18,000 rupees. Important programs. We started our academic year with a week-long faculty enrichment programs by experts in different fields in the last week of May. Let me give you a glimpse of the major events. Dr. Shailaja Shastri conducted workshop for our teachers on 24th June. On 25th May, Professor Matthew C. Nainan conducted an orientation program for our teachers. Mr. Praveen Vyas from Live Life conducted workshop and orientation program for our teachers from 27th to 29th May. Professor Sunny Tarapan of CLHRD conducted workshop for our teachers on communicative English for 3 days from 30th May to 1st June. On 3rd June, Professor Matthew C. Nainen conducted an awareness program for the drivers and conductors. Founders Day was celebrated in all sections. Mr. Sampreet Matthew and Mrs. Sneha Matthew addressed the gatherings in different sessions. All national days are solemnly celebrated. A special Teachers' Day program was organized on 31st August for the faculty of the campus institutions. Dr. Ramkumar Ravi and Dr. Vani Ramkumar addressed the gathering on the occasion. Kannada Rajyotsava was colorfully celebrated on 30th of October. Mrs. Savatri K. and Mrs. Shyamala Padre addressed the gathering on these occasions. A special training program for drivers and conductors was conducted by Inspector Mr. Santosh Shetty on 20th September. Sports Day was celebrated on 14th and 15th November with Dr. Vidya Kumari IAS DC of Udupi and Mr. Sunil Patrick as chief guest for inauguration and valedictory respectively. Notable achievements of the year. As you are aware, we give equal importance to co-curricular and extracurricular activities. Our students participate in inter-school, state level and national level cultural, literary and sports competitions. All such achievements will be placed in a yearbook. Conclusion. As we bring this report to a close, we take immense pride in the progress of our school, which has made a collective efforts that have shaped our journey. Our achievements, however, are not merely a reflection of the academic excellence, but a testament of the unity, resilience, and shared vision of our students, staff, and stakeholders. Let's remain steadfast in our pursuit of excellence, embracing challenges and opportunities that will continue to enrich the learning environment for future generations. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each member of Little Rock family, the school managing committee, especially the director, Professor Matthew C. Nainen, and the deputy director, Mrs. Lali Abraham Matthew, who are our guiding spirit and inspiration. I also extend my gratitude to the vice principals, head teachers, academic coordinator, faculty, staff, students, parents, benefactors, and resource persons for striving earnestly in taking Little Rock to greater heights. May we continue to thrive, inspire, and create a legacy that resonates with the vision of our founders. Finally, I sincerely thank the Almighty for giving me yet another opportunity to present the annual report of this prestigious school. Thank you, everyone, from the depth of my heart.
Thank you, sir, for taking us through the remarkable achievements and progress of our school over the past year. The annual report inspires us to continue striving for excellence.
Every student carries a treasure trove of memories of their journey at Little Rock, and it holds a special place in their hearts. Dheeraj T. Nayak of Class 10 is ready to share some of his cherished moments and pay a heartfelt tribute to his beloved alma mater.
Respected dignitaries, guests and parents, and the Little Rock family, good morning. As I stand before you today, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude and pride, reflecting on my 13-year journey at Little Rock. From my earliest days in play school to now as a Class 10 student, this institution has been more than just a place of learning. It has been a second home, a sanctuary where I've grown, learned, and thrived. Little Rock Indian School is renowned for its unique green infrastructure, providing a serene and conducive environment for learning. The sprawling 30-acre campus has always been a source of inspiration and tranquility, making my educational journey both enjoyable and enriching. Our school's commitment to providing the best facilities is evident in its infrastructure, with 4 computer centers housing over 200 computers, well-equipped science laboratories, and spacious libraries. We have had access to resources that have significantly enhanced our learning experience. Our teachers have been the cornerstone of our education. Their unwavering dedication, patience, and encouragement have not only imparted knowledge but also instilled values that will guide us throughout our lives. They have been mentors and role models, always pushing us to strive for excellence. One of my earliest and most unforgettable memories at Little Rock goes back to my very first day of UKG. I had no idea where my classroom was and found myself wandering alone in the empty veranda, feeling completely lost. After making more than one round, I was on the verge of tears when I finally saw a teacher standing beside a door. She smiled warmly, guided me to my class, and reassured me with such kindness that all my fear melted away. That moment taught me the comfort and security this school has always provided in the smallest of ways. Sports days at Little Rock have always been more than just events. They are a grand celebration, a festival cherished by every Little Rocker. The vibrant energy, the sense of togetherness, and the loud cheers echoing across the fields create an unforgettable atmosphere. Even though I wasn't an athlete, I found joy in every moment. Sitting under the shade, relishing delicious ice creams, and cheering enthusiastically for my friends as they competed. Achieving milestones in technical fields fosters personal growth, where each accomplishment becomes a stepping stone towards greater expertise and success. As a member of the Adult Tinkering Lab for 2 consecutive years, I had the opportunity to explore electronics from basic circuits to Arduino programming, applying theoretical knowledge in practical scenarios. This hands-on experience not only enhanced my technical skills but also ignited a passion for innovation and problem solving. Reflecting on my journey from play school to class 10, I realized how much I have grown, both academically and personally. The school's emphasis on holistic development has ensured that we excel not just in academics but also in sports, arts, and other co-curricular activities. The spacious sports and games complex, along with the indoor games area, has provided us ample opportunities to pursue our interests and stay active. As we embark on new journeys, we carry with us the lessons and values from our alma mater. I am deeply grateful to the management, teachers, and staff for their unwavering support and guidance. This institution has not only prepared me academically, but also shaped me into a responsible and compassionate individual. Little Rock, I thank you for being the foundation of my formative years. I pledge to uphold the values you have instilled in me and to make you proud in all my future endeavors. Thank you, Little Rock.
Thank you, Dheeraj, for sharing your heartfelt experiences and cherished memories. Your tribute truly reflects the spirit and values of your alma mater.
Excellence is not a destination but a continuous journey. And today, we pause to honor the dedication and brilliance of our achievers. May I now request our Vice Principal, Mr. Hari Krishna D, to read out the names of the awardees.
Good morning to all of you. I'm extremely happy to read out the names of the endowment awardees of Class 12 of the academic year 23-24. The details of these endowment awards will be published in the forthcoming yearbook as well as on the screen. When I call out the names, the awardees may please come forward and receive the awards. I request our Director, Professor Matthew C. Nayanan, to give away the awards. Ashwini D. Naik gets 7 endowment awards. She has scored the highest marks at AISSE Biology stream, 96.8%, secured A1 grade in all the subjects, the highest marks in English, 95%, the highest marks in physics, 95%, the highest marks in chemistry, 100%, the highest marks in biology, 99%, and the second highest marks in mathematics, 95%. She is studying MBBS at KMC Manipal. Ashwini D. Naik. Jenna and Sonali Shrestha Shetty get 5 endowment awards. She has scored the highest marks in ASSCE Computer Science stream, 96.6%, secured A1 grade in all the subjects, the highest marks in mathematics, 98%, highest marks in physics, 95%, and the highest marks in chemistry, 100%. She is studying computer science engineering at MIT, Manipal. Shashidhar Melantayu gets 4 endowment awards. He has scored the second highest marks in biology stream, 94.6%, the highest marks in physics, 95%, the second highest marks in chemistry, 99%, the second highest marks in biology, 95%, and the top scorer of class 12, who is a son or daughter of staff of LRS, 94.6%. Shashidhar Melantayu is studying MBBS at SS Institute of Medical Sciences, Davangere. Yes, Harini gets 4 endowment awards. She has scored the second highest marks in computer science stream, 95.2%, secured A1 grade in all the subjects, second highest marks in physics, 94%, and the second highest marks in maths, 95%. As she is not able to attend today's function, her mother, Mrs. Rajeshwari, will receive the award. Harini is pursuing Bachelor's in Architecture in Eindhoven University of Technology, Netherlands. Gopika Sudhir Murkut gets 4 endowment awards. She has scored the third highest marks, biology stream, 92.4%, the highest marks in physics, 95%, the second highest marks in chemistry, 99%, and the second highest marks in biology, 95%. She is studying aeronautical engineering at MIT, Manipal. Tanya Bhatt gets 5 endowment awards. She has scored the third highest marks in computer science stream, 95%, secured A1 grade in all the subjects, the highest marks in English, 95%, the highest marks in physics, 95%, and the highest marks in computer science, 100%. As she is not able to attend today's function, her mother, Mrs. Shilpa Bhatt, will receive the award. Tanya is pursuing Bachelor of Science in the University of California, San Diego, USA. Kriti K. Acharya gets the Endowment Award for scoring the highest marks in English, 95%. She is studying Bachelor's of Designing at Manipal School of Architecture and Planning. Kriti. Shivas Manoj Shetty gets an Endowment Award for scoring the highest marks in physics, that's 95%. He is doing his B.Tech in Information Technology at MIT, Manipal. Vidyadhar Naik gets an Endowment Award for scoring the highest marks in physics, 95%. He is studying B.Tech in Electronics and Communication Engineering at MIT, Manipal. Vidyadhar Naik, Mohammad Rehan Salim gets 2 endowment awards. He has scored the highest marks in physics, 95%, and the second highest marks in maths, 95%. He is studying Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MIT, Manipal. Anirudh Yelluri gets 3 endowment awards. He has scored the highest marks in physics, 95%, the second highest marks in maths, 95%, the second highest marks in computer science, 98%. He is not able to attend today's function. He is studying B.Tech in Mechanical Engineering at NITK, Surathkal. Adish Shetty gets 2 endowment awards. He has scored the highest marks in physics, 95%, and the second highest marks in computer science, 98%. Adish Shetty is pursuing B.Tech in Computer Science and Engineering at MIT, Manipal. Thank you, sir. Now I request our chief guest, Mr. Ashith B. Hegde, to give away the following endowment awards. Ananya M. Nayak gets 2 endowment awards. She has scored the highest marks in physics, 95%, and the highest marks in chemistry, 100%. She is pursuing Civil Engineering at NITK, Surathkal. Kirsten Wilfred Coelho gets an endowment award for scoring the highest marks in computer science, that's 100%. He is not able to attend today's function. He is studying Bachelor of Arts in Political Science at Madras Christian College, Chennai. Sayan Iqbal gets 2 endowment awards. He has scored the second highest marks in English, 94%, the second highest marks in biology, 95%. As he is not able to attend today's function, his father, Mr. Asif Iqbal, will receive the award. Sayan is preparing for NEET 2025. Snow Saju gets an endowment award for scoring the second highest marks in English, 94%. As she is not able to attend today's function, her father, Mr. Saju V. Joseph, will receive the award. Snow is studying BE in Information Science and Engineering at Dayanand Sagar Academy of Technology and Management, Bangalore. Jnanesh Reddy R gets an endowment award for scoring the second highest marks in physics, 94%. He is not able to attend today's function. Jnanesh is pursuing BTech in Computer Science and Engineering at Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore, Tamil Nadu. Shakti Prasad Deshetty gets an endowment award for scoring the second highest marks in biology, 95%. He is studying MBBS at AJ Institute of Medical Science, Mangalore. The following endowment awards are for the students of classes 6 to 8. Srijan Naveen Yapala Parvi of class 6F, Kriti Hegde of class 6F, Srishti Vishetty of class 6G and Oja Dinesh of class 7H get the endowment awards for being the highest scorers in Kannada at the final exam of class 5. Srijan, Kriti, Srishti Vishetty and Ojas Dinesh. Vriddhi B. Shetty of class 8E gets an endowment award for the highest scorer in Kannada at the final exams of class 7. Vriddhi B. Shetty. Vaishnav S. Pai of class 8D and Anika Pandit of class 8D get an endowment award each for being the highest scorers in mathematics at the final exams of class 7. Vaishnav S. Pai and Anika Pandit. Takshak Shetty of class 8G gets an endowment award for being the highest scorer in science at the final exams of class 7. Takshak Shetty. Thank you, Ashith, and congratulations to all the awardees.
Thank you, sirs. Hearty congratulations to all the awardees.
I request our principal, Dr. John Thomas, to escort the chief guest and the other dignitaries to their seats. Let's set the tone for today's celebration with an enchanting performance. Our talented friends are ready to convey a warm and vibrant welcome through their graceful moves. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, please sit back and enjoy the welcome dance.
Dhintana dhintana dhiranana dhina Dhintana dhintana dhiranana dhina Dhintana dhintana dhiranana dhina Dhintana dhintana dhiranana dhira dhirana
Swagatam Shiva Swagatam 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 Shiva Swagatam.
That was truly a spectacle of elegance and artistry, a performance that has left us in awe. A big thank you to my amazing dancers for such a vibrant start for today's entertainment.
Music speaks where words fail, and today our friends are here to share a melody that resonates with the essence of celebration and togetherness. Let's immerse ourselves in the beautiful harmony as they present a group song.
Zim
melody and synchronization were simply magical. Thank you, dear friends, for lifting our spirits with such a delightful performance.
It's my pleasure to invite Ms. Shaila M. Futado, head teacher of classes 5 and 6, to introduce our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Ashith B. Hegde, to you all.
A very good morning to all of you. It's an honor and privilege to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Ashith B. Hegde, an accomplished professional and an inspiring alumnus of our school. Mr. Ashith B. Hegde is the Managing Director of Asia Pacific Arkieva, a globally renowned company specializing in supply chain planning. Based in Mangaluru since 2013, he has been leading Arkieva's Asia Pacific operations with remarkable success. Prior to this, he gained extensive experience working at Arkieva's headquarters in the USA, where he spearheaded global supply chain digitalization and process improvement projects. Mr. Hegde holds an impressive academic background. He is a mechanical engineering graduate from MIT Manipal, where he served as the president of Students' Council in 2003. He earned a Master of Science in Supply Chain and Operations Management and a Master of Engineering in Industrial and Systems Engineering from the prestigious State University of New York at Buffalo. Beyond his professional achievements, Mr. Hegde actively contributes to the business and entrepreneurs network ecosystem. He serves on the board of directors of the Canada Chamber of Industry and Commerce and is the founding co-chair of the Young Indians Mangaluru chapter. What makes today even more special is that Mr. Hegde is an alumnus of Little Rock. He studied here from LKG to class 12, completing his schooling in 1999. His journey from these classrooms to global success is a testament to his dedication, perseverance, and excellence. I would also like to add that his sister Ashmita B. Hegde is an alumna of this institution. We are truly proud to welcome back one of our brightest stars as our chief guest on this momentous occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, please join me in inviting Mr. Ashith B. Hegde to enlighten us with his profound thoughts and wisdom.
Good morning, everybody. What Shaila teacher didn't say is that she was my class teacher in 6th standard, I think. So, yeah. Anyways, my dear teachers, parents and students, it's an absolute honor and privilege to be called as chief guest for the school day celebration. I think this is kind of a pinnacle in your life when your alma mater calls you for as a chief guest for this, and I'm really humbled and thank you very much for this this honor. In fact, when Hari sir called me to become a chief guest for one of these functions, I asked him why me. I mean, there are so many other accomplished people, but he said he somehow convinced me to come. So anyway, here I am. So I'd like to share a few of my life stories with you. I mean, there are a lot of, the parents here are much more senior to me, so you have a lot of life experience, but I think from my perspective, I'll share some of the, my journeys and my thoughts, so, hopefully, that it will inspire parents and students, look at, as they prosper in their career. First of all, Little Rock is a very, very touching subject for me and some of my friends, because my wife always complains that whenever Little Rock friends meet, we only talk about Little Rock and nothing else. So it's like same story being played again and again when we meet. Because the fact is, Little Rock has been the foundational year for a lot of us. In fact, if I think Dheeraj, right, when he gave the class 10 report, his experience at Little Rock, if I was to say the same thing when I was in 10th, maybe I would write the same speech, because what I see is the values, what Little Rock stands for has not changed. It's still the same, and that's really, really impressive even after 27, 28 years of, me being out of this school. Also, I think, what's important is, the kind of, the education that we get and the core curricular activities that we get. We saw in the recognitions that, there are so many awards Little Rock got for the infrastructure. That I think has been a big difference right from beginning, right? When Little Rock was formed, there's no school in this area which had the kind of teaching infrastructure, core curricular activities and so on, like Little Rock. And that actually sets Little Rock apart, and the culture and the energy in this campus, what defines it. I'm 43 now, so I spent 14 years of my life here in Little Rock, so which means the quarter of my life I spent in this campus. So that is the kind of, impact that Little Rock has. Another thing I saw is, a lot of the endowment award winners, most of them have gone to MIT. So that also makes me very proud that a lot of this, though I was not one of the endowment award recipients back then, I feel proud that, a lot of them are picked MIT, which is again very close to my heart, and, I keep a very close contact with the college as well. Anyways, talking about some of the key things, what I feel is, in Little Rock, right, the life experience life teaching has been much more important to me than, anything else. I was always an average student. I was always a last bencher, except in 12th standard. 12th standard, when the class started, my class teacher then said, Ashith, come and sit in the first row. I asked why. She said, Lali madam asked me to sit there because I was so talkative in class 11 in the back bench. This is a fact. So always a backbencher, always a average student, never scored 90% or whatever. But the life experience that I got here defined what path I took. Whether it is the sports day or the school days, or every week there used to be a family hour program, right? And other competitive exams, other competitive events, all that together, along with the culture and the kind of attention that teachers give, really defined where I am today. And that I think is a very, very important trait. Nowadays I hear a lot of kids getting 90, 95%. And of course, the studying is important, marks are important. But from my perspective, what is important is, the life lessons you get, the practical lessons you get, which then sets you apart in your professional career and as you go ahead in life. So my request to, all the parents and students here is that, while you focus on studies, Little Rock gives you that opportunity to do your all-round development and get involved in that. I know that really helps in the career as you go ahead. The marks will define which college you might pick or, what profession you'll do. But once you join a professional organization, it is the life lessons that you learn overall that really matters. Of course, academic also helps, but for example, when I hire people in my company, I never look at marks. I never look at, how many times they have passed or failed. All we look at is, when the interview is there, we'll see if they have that fire in them, the fire to actually excel, the fire to actually, do something in their professional, career and in their personal career. That really, defines us, whom we hire, and I see that what we get is really from the life lessons that they actually get in their formative years, and that I think Little Rock provides, and I think that too, I think all your students are in a very good environment, and I'm sure you all will be very, very successful as you actually progress in your career. Another thing that I want to also share is, always try and, try to be, above and beyond everything. Try to put extra effort. My life experience, right? Like I said, I was average student. Even in college, I was just, getting a first class or whatever. I decided to go to US for my master's. One life-changing decision I did there. What I did is, when I went there, I tried to complete 2 master's degrees in 2 years, which was never done before in that department. So I did all the groundwork, then I went and studied. I took up 2 masters in 2 years, which was, I used to hardly sleep or anything, right? But that really helped me get my dream job. Because when I went for interview to this company back then, I was in US then, the only thing that, they did all the interview and everything. In the end, the CEO there said, it really didn't matter to me whether you passed the interview or not. I looked at your resume, I saw you did 2 masters in 2 years. That itself tells me that, okay, you're able to do what we want you to do in this company. And that was it, right? Now, because I got that job, when I decided to come back to India, right, my CEO asked me again, what are your plans? I said, let's set up a company in Mangaluru and create employment and also capture the Asia Pacific market, right? So that's when I basically set up the joint venture between me and the parent company, and we set up this company here to take care of the APAC market. And I feel because of that, my one decision of, thinking beyond and, trying to do something new really put me on this path. Otherwise, I would have got a normal job, just worked, somewhere in US, come back to India and worked in some other company and not gone on this phase of, being an entrepreneur and, setting up this, this journey. So I think everybody, if you can think beyond and, try and achieve better goals, that's always going to help you at some point in your career. Another thing that I also want to emphasize is, especially for students, when you have vacations, try and do some practical experience. I mean, of course, enjoy your vacation, go to your grandparents' house, play, and all that is fine. But also take up some kind of practical exposure. For example, when I was in engineering, during semester holidays, what I was doing is I was very fascinated by machines and cars and all that. So I basically went to Udupi. I used to go to Udupi and I used to work in a small garage just out of interest. And that really helped me to build that perspective in terms of how to work in a very casual environment, how to actually get this practical knowledge. And when I studied in college also, it really helped me. Like when we had the automobile engineering subject, I used to never study because everything I did practical, I knew it, right? So I had one less subject to study and pass, right? So that really helped in getting this practical perspective. So I think as students, as we grow from, in your age, especially when you start from 5th to 8th, right? This is basically a very foundational years. Try and take up some practical, trainings. It doesn't matter. You don't really have to be paid, right? I mean, it's just an knowledge and experience that you get. And I think the parents also should encourage them to do that. Otherwise, nowadays there are a lot of distractions with mobile phones, TVs and all that, but this is a better distraction to have where you have this practical experience. So I think that kind of exposure also helped me to where I am today. Another thing is, in terms of, getting into the overall, from a society standpoint, right? What I also encourage, to everybody nowadays, try and give back to society. It helps you overall in developing, you as a better person. For example, I am involved in this organization called Young Indians in Mangaluru, which is basically a national organization, national movement to actually help youth, become better citizens of India and develop the country, right? So, as a part of that, what we do is, we engage with colleges and schools to help all the children to think more scientifically and also become entrepreneurs, teach them on, various other etiquettes. We also help go to small, like first standard, second standard kind of grades and teach them on safety and, also ask them to help guide their parents to become better drivers and all this, right? We also do beach cleaning activities. We also do a lot of other social activities, right? In terms of environmental, benefit and all that. So this actually helps, me personally to think, from a very different angle and also build that connection. Money is one thing, right? I mean, donating money to these social causes is one thing, but I think the best thing that you can actually donate to the social cause is your time and knowledge. And that is what, we get involved. I think from the last 6 years that I've been doing this, I think my life has changed very significantly. And I'd encourage, all of you to kind of take up such, as you start growing in your career and in your, as you go through your professional growth, make sure that, you end up getting involved in social activities. That really helps in building your overall character. So these are, I mean, there are a lot more things, that, that really impacts small events in life. One other thing about Little Rock also is, in terms of practical knowledge, is the back then the school day and sports day event, right? So somebody the other day asked me, I think a couple of years back, asked me, where was that you got your first financial lessons from? I said, I got my first financial lesson from school. So they're like, what? I mean, is it a school that teaches financial planning early age? I said, no. Basically, the financial planning came from sports day. They were asking how. So, when we are kids, all our money is spent by our parents, right? We don't have any money. But the only time we used to get money in our hand is during sports day. We used to get like 100 rupees at the back then. And then we had to manage 100 rupees for the whole day to buy cold drinks, ice creams, give parties and all that. So that was like, again, it's about getting, that perspective, on how to spend this, that financial planning that a simple event like sports day brings you, right? And that, at that time, nobody thinks, you have the money, you try to spend, but now when we think back, these are the kind of, formative years that, events in formative that helps you in getting to that confidence in life. Then we used to be involved in this, one of the most eagerly waited days for us was Saturday. Because, Monday to Friday was regular school, whether it is all the different subjects, labs, PT periods, all that was there. But Saturday is like a day where, we used to involve in a lot of other activities like scouts, camping, trekking, then, learn sports and all that, right? And the best part is Saturday we did not have school bus or school vans. We have to come in public bus, spend some time in Brahmar bus stand, go to all hotels, and all that, right? So it's that entire experience. But, back then it was all, that fun, coming to school on Saturday, getting involved in all the activities. But now when, not just me, right? When we friends meet, we think about that, because that kind of helped us in, overall growth of ourselves as well. Because, it gave that exposure to come in public buses, in rush public bus, come to school, get involved in all these activities, scouts, sports, and all other extracurricular activities. Then in the afternoon go back, hang out with friends in the bus stand and then go home. So it's a different life, a different experience, which really helped in all of us, I think, from that standpoint. So now when I actually talk to my daughter's school, I asked them, why don't we have some extracurricular activities on Saturday? I mean that I think will really help people in shaping their career. Another thing that also that I believe is, like when I was putting my daughter to school, in cities, schools don't have much playgrounds. So I was particular that, we need to choose a school that has a playground where, she can fall, she can play, she can do whatever she wants. Because I think, the infrastructure that, Little Rock gives in terms of that entire ecosystem of playground, labs, libraries, it's just amazing. And that really helps. So my simple thought is that, you have to basically go and experience all these things, in addition to studies, so that, you can overall become a very successful person professionally. So I think one other thing that, it's a very debatable subject nowadays is, in terms of where to draw the line between real life and real life, right? That's a debate that we constantly have. I mean, when you get into professional life, right, mobile phone is inevitable. I mean, we're all hooked to that. I mean, for example, I think on a daily basis, I spend hours on the phone just answering emails and all that, right? We can't avoid it. But when you're in school, and when you're in the formative years, right, try and focus less on the phone or what's in the web, and focus more on the practical aspects, right? Because this will anyway come in the future, but for now it's very important that you go with a practical mindset. And that I think, because nowadays what we see is, that basic etiquette or the basic connection is missing. Recently, we hired about 2 fresh graduates, right? One of the challenges, I mean, they're very good technically, they are very, very sharp, mathematically they're very good. But a simple problem we had with them is that, they didn't know basic email writing skills. Because see, when you're in a business situation, when you're professionally, it's very important the kind of emails that you write, because we have customers all over the world, right? Now their emails when they started were like WhatsApp chats, abbreviations, and all these things, right? Which really, it was like a difficult situation as a company, because, some of the customers actually started telling that, what is this? I mean, what kind of communication is this? So then we have to take them back into a more of a communication journey, on how to communicate in a better way. So while these, the phones and all other digital world is really helpful in terms of getting knowledge and exposure, don't be over dependent on that. Think on a very practical way so that you can actually address and you can actually excel in a practical world, not just on the real world. So I think that's the debate that everybody has now, and my simple opinion based on my experience and exposure. Again, I think this was a very wonderful experience for me coming here. Many familiar faces with many familiar teachers. A lot of teachers have already retired, so I couldn't meet them here, but a lot of them are here, who are very familiar, and it's an absolute pleasure to meet them and interact with them. And this is the first time I'm also visiting this very nice auditorium. Very good infrastructure, very impressive. So thank you again to Little Rock family for giving me this honor to be here. I hope that you all have parents and students. I hope you have a good time here. And like I said, I can really vouch for this institution because I have grown with this. My life has been molded with this. A lot of my family members' life has been molded by Little Rock. And I think the fact that you're all studying here, your kids are studying here, is already a first step towards success. And wishing you all a very a happy life and and a successful life as you go on. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words and thoughtful insights. Your address has truly left us motivated and enriched.
From retro to metro, we have got the beats to make you move. Students of classes 7 and 8 are here to take the stage with a Deshi fusion, a dance extravaganza that will leave you mesmerized.
सिली सिली ज़रा हारे हारे बादल तड़े ये करे इशारा धीमी धीमी हवा चले सिली सिली ज़रा हारे हारे बादल तड़े ये करे इशारा मेरे मेरे लागे माते प्रेम तारा दिया की माते भला से पाए रे मोरा मोना उड़ी जाए रे मोरा उड़ी उड़ी जाए रे मोरा मोना उड़ी जाए रे मोरा उड़ी उड़ी जाए रे
ഒരു സൽപുത്രൻ പിറന്നടാ പണ്ട് മഹാധ്യായം തുടക്കമായെന്ന് ഇത് ദിക്കെട്ടും മുഴങ്ങിടും പാട്ട് കൊടും സന്തോഷം പിറന്ന നാൾ വാഴ്ത്ത് സ്നേഹം വന്നാൽ മധുരത്തേന് തീനായി പൂവും വന്ദിച്ചാല് കോപം കൊണ്ടാൽ നഖമേ കൊണ്ടാൽ വേറാരും വേണ്ടിമാറ് ആഹാർമാദം ആർക്കുമർമാദം ആർക്കു പൊന്തട്ടെ ആഘോഷ പ്രകമ്പനം ആഹാർമാദം ആർക്കുമർമാദം ആർക്കു പൊന്തട്ടെ ആഘോഷ പ്രകമ്പനം തിരിച്ചീവനല്ലേ തിരികെ വിട്ടാൻ വന്നല്ലേ തിരുത്തി വയ്ക്കാൻ വന്നല്ലേ തിട്ടം മുന്നല്ലേ ചേട്ടൻ വന്നല്ലേ ചേട്ട ചെയ്യാൻ വന്നല്ലേ പേട്ട തുള്ളാൻ വന്നല്ലേ വേട്ടയതല്ലേ
That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you to our talented friends for sharing their passion and energy with us.
Today, we have the honor of presenting a skit that celebrates the life, values, and achievements of one of India's most iconic and visionary leaders, Mr. Ratan Tata. A name synonymous with the integrity, philanthropy, and innovation.
That's right. Ratan Tata is an inspiration to us all, and we are excited to share his story with you. So sit back and join us on this inspiring journey as we pay tribute to the man who continues to inspire generations. Without further ado, I call the students of classes 5 to 8 for the performance.
Ratan Tata, born on December 28, 1937, into one of India's most esteemed business families, faced challenges early in life. After his parents' separation, he and his brother Jimmy Tata were raised by their grandmother, Lady Navajbai Tata, who became a steadfast pillar of strength and support, shaping their upbringing with care and resilience.
What are you thinking about, my dear?
I miss my parents sometimes, but I'm so confused. Why did they separate? All friends in my school tease me.
I know it's difficult to understand right now, but sometimes adults make decisions that are hard for children to accept. But I want you to know that you're not alone in this world.
Will everything be okay, Grandma?
Yes, it will, my son. You're a Tata and have come from a long line of strong people. Together, we will overcome every challenge.
Okay, Grandma.
Okay, it's time to go to school. Let's meet in the evening. Bye.
Bye, Grandma.
In 1955, Ratan Tata left India to study architecture at the Cornell University in the US. He embraced new ideas, diverse culture, and academic challenges. Mr. Tata was taken in by the American West Coast. He was happily employed there and had no intention of coming back. He wanted to settle down in Los Angeles, but fate had other plans for him. Ratan Tata's grandmother convinced him of the need to return to India. Ratan Tata returned to India and in 15 days joined the Tata Group in Jamshedpur.
In a steel plant, a young Ratan Tata is working alongside factory workers.
Aren't you supposed to be the boss, son? What are you doing here in the plant with us, sir?
Tata name didn't bring in any privileges. I must get some experience working near blast furnaces, shop floors and different production departments instead of having a cakewalk into the boardroom.
J.R.D. Tata made Ratan Tata the director in charge of Nelco, a struggling Tata company. It was his first major leadership challenge.
Mr. Tata, Nelco is losing market share in consumer electronics space. The competition is fierce.
So, the market is tough, but if we focus on innovation, we might be able to make a difference.
Sir, our radios and televisions are not selling well. Customers are choosing other brands. What are we going to do?
We cannot give up. We'll invest in better technology, focus on quality, and will expand our offerings. It's going to be tough, but we have to keep moving forward.
Nelco made a profit, and the experience at Nelco helped to shape Ratan Tata's leadership style. In 1991, after decades of hard work, J.R.D. Tata named Ratan Tata as the chairman of the Tata Group.
Ratan, this company isn't about business. It's about building a nation. The decision we take today will affect generations of tomorrow. Always think how we can improve lives.
His early days as chairman were marked by skepticism from senior executives, especially when he began to take bold decisions.
Mr. Tata, investing in an affordable, indigenous car is a huge risk. I am not sure it's the right move.
I understand your concerns, but I believe that India needs its own car, one that is affordable and made by Indian for Indians. It's not just about profit, it's about nation building. I am willing to take the risk.
In 1998, Ratan Tata's dream came to life with the launch of the Tata Indica. However, the initial reaction to the car was not as positive as expected, and it faced serious challenges.
Sir, I wanted to tell you that the workers believe in this project. We know it's difficult, but we are proud to be part of something historic.
Looking for guidance and possible partnership, Tata approached Ford in Detroit. However, what happened in that meeting left a lasting impression on Ratan Tata.
Mr. Tata, why did you even enter the car business? You clearly don't know anything about it. We would be doing a favor by buying your car business from you.
Ratan Tata and his team exchanged glances, sensing the condescension in Bill Ford's tone.
Frankly, you should stick to what you know. Cars, trucks, steel are a different ball game.
Thank you for your input. We'll take your words into consideration.
Ratan Tata and his team leave the room quietly, absorbing the insult. Nearly a decade later, the tables have turned. Ford's luxury brands, Jaguar and Land Rover, were struggling financially. Meanwhile, Tata Motors have grown significantly. When Ford decided to sell the brands, it was Ratan Tata who saw an opportunity.
Mr. Tata, Ford is looking to offload Jaguar and Land Rover. Their financial troubles have deepened and they're open to buyers.
Jaguar and Land Rover are iconic brands with great potential. Despite their current struggle, I believe we can turn them around. Let's proceed.
After months of negotiation, Ratan Tata travelled to finalize a deal with Ford. This time, the situation was reversed. Ford, now in a position of weakness, needed Tata to buy the struggling brands.
Mr. Tata, we are deeply grateful that Tata Motors is interested in acquiring Jaguar and Land Rover. These brands need an owner who will invest in their future, and we believe that Tata is the right choice.
Ratan Tata listens quietly, his expressions composed.
You are doing a big favor by taking them off our hands.
We see potential in these brands, Mr. Ford. It's challenging time, but with the right strategy, we believe Jaguar and Land Rover can thrive once again.
Ratan Tata's acquisition of Jaguar and Land Rover became a resounding success. This acquisition repositioned Tata Group from a largely India-centric group to a major global player.
Ratan Tata is synonymous with philanthropy, dedicating 66% of Tata Trust equity to charitable causes and reinvesting profits from Tata Enterprises for social welfare.
Healthcare. Tata Memorial Center offers world-class cancer treatment focusing on underprivileged patients. Through subsidized care, mobile clinics and outreach programs, Tata Trust ensures healthcare reaches even the remotest parts of India.
Disaster relief. In times of crisis, whether it's floods, earthquakes, or the COVID-19 pandemic, Ratan Tata led efforts to provide millions of dollars in aid. These initiatives have saved countless lives and supported communities in rebuilding their future.
education. Ratan Tata, through Tata Trust, has transformed education by supporting schools, institutions like IITs and IISc or the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, research and scholarship for thousands of students. Every child in India knows about Tata. It's a business conglomerate involved in just about everything. Vehicles, food, hotels, software, you name it and Tata makes it. Ratan Tata consolidated different Tata companies.
Every day is an opportunity to shine.
Saris for every occasion.
देश की सेहत, देश का नमक.
Now everyone can fly.
Made in India. इंडिया का एसी. Building on belief.
ब्रांड वाली क्वालिटी, बाजार वाली डील.
We also build tomorrow.
जागो रे.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you play for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. You never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near.
You won't find Ratan Tata in the billionaires list, but walk around the streets of India, ask about a man named Ratan Tata. The replies will tell you his real wealth, respect and adoration.
Good leaders build products. Great leaders build cultures. Good leaders deliver results. Great leaders develop people. Good leaders have vision. Great leaders have values. Good leaders are role models at work. Great leaders are role models in life, said Adam Grant. Now, I request a great leader, our director, Professor Matthew C. Ninan, to address the gathering.
Distinguished guests, parents and members of the Little Rock family. I appreciate the significant presence of the parents today. Of course, more parents could have come to understand the school better. I always feel that parents should visit the school and especially attend programs of this nature, school days, sports days and the like. You will understand a school, especially on occasions like that. Otherwise, there isn't much of difference between a school and another one. Of course, we have been talking about infrastructure and the awards and all that, but we still value the human aspects, the human resources of the school rather than the infrastructure and all the rest of it. You could have state-of-the-art facilities, but the soul of an institution is in the workforce, is in the teachers, the faculty and the staff of an institution. It is that which forms the soul of the institution. You have been watching some of these programs by the students. I wish to compliment the MCs, the ones who gave the welcome speech, vote of thanks and so on. I'm sure you would have noticed the remarkable confidence with which they come and speak to a large audience like this. It is not very easy. At such a tender age, they are able to do it. And some of the programs and the way they performed at these programs were really amazing. Now the last one, where they showed Ratan Tata, and I remembered one instance which I read somewhere, his love for animals. He had a few dogs with him. Once he was selected for a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Prince Charles at that time, now he is the king. And the last minute, Ratan Tata called off that program, excused and said, I cannot come because my dog is seriously ill. So the prince had to postpone the program. He did not go for the program to London because his dog fell sick. That's the kind of man he is. We have many stories about him, about the way he looked after people, his employees, and the victims of the hotel bombing incident and so on. We have all known about him. So one could be an entrepreneur, an industrialist, a millionaire or a billionaire, but the most important thing about a person is the human touch that he or she has. Now about the principal's report, you have heard about the various awards that we have received, and of course it's very gratifying. And we should compliment the principal, the faculty and staff, and the students who made these awards possible. So I wish to congratulate all of them on this occasion. Yes. The IIRF ranking, the 7th place in India, is based on the results of our students, mostly on class 10 and 12 results. Class 10 and 12 results. That reminds me to tell you parents, because your children are now in 5 to 8, but you should know that studying here at class 11 and 12 will have certain advantages, tremendous advantages. The week before, after the school day program, a few children, actually 4 girls with their parents came forward. They were endowment awardees, that's why they came. They came and met me right here, and a couple of them were weeping. I asked what has happened, and they said they made a mistake. They went and joined some other institution in the name of this integrated coaching, and they regret that, and they are in a very, very miserable situation. Why did they do that? Actually, they had enrolled themselves here, but one parent persuaded all these 4 girls to go and join the other institution. So I would like to tell you parents here, when you make decisions with regard to your children's continuation at class 11-12 level, please take decisions carefully. Like Mr. Ashith Hegde said, you should not go after marks. Marks alone will not determine anybody's future. He was very frank enough to say that he was an average student. An average student also can have success in life. It's always, very often, it's ordinary people who turn extraordinary. And this is a good example. Ashith Hegde is a very good example. And he was also telling about the social dimension, how one should have that angle. Ratan Tata's also is that we have a social obligation. We need to care for people around us. When Ashith was a student here, they used to come in a mini vehicle, a mini bus from Gokarni. And I know many teachers also would have noticed this. He used to help all the small children get down from the bus. He used to help them get into the bus. This was something that he used to do regularly without anybody's prompting. Because he was a senior student in that group, he used to always help those children when he was a student here. So at that time itself, people noticed that this boy has something different about him. He has another dimension to life about him. So that is a good example that has come up here, and I want to point out that. At this point, I must also say that we are proud of our alumni who are spread all over the world. We would like to bring many of them here, but their holidays and our school days don't sometimes synchronize. But we would like to invite as many of our old students as possible who have become achievers in life. There are plenty of them. I would give one example today. This I had pointed out in an earlier school day too. Recently, one of our old students has been adjudged as one of the top 10 spinal surgeons, women spinal surgeons globally in the world. Can you show that picture? See, her name is Irina Rochelle D'Souza. She has been adjudged among the top 10 women spinal surgeons in the whole world. And she is presently in Bavaria in Germany. She sent me a message on the day this message came, this news came, and she sent me that photograph, and that announcement also is there. And then she said, in this journey of hers, or the achievement that she has had, Little Rock has a huge role to play. She studied here right from early classes till class 12. Many children who have done 11 and 12 like this have struck gold. And many have run away in the name of integrated coaching. But I don't think many of them have actually struck gold. They simply go spend 7-8 lakhs because of some advertisements and all the rest of it. Don't get carried away by all of these advertisements and things of that kind. Life skills are more important. The confidence that they gain in the school will stand them in good stead, not some of these marks and grades and all the rest of it. So please pay heed to some of these warnings which are coming. Now I would like to share a couple of things with the parents here. I have this difficult task of addressing parents in 4 different meetings, school days. So I cannot just repeat myself. I have to address the audience which is in front of me. Now I know the audience in front of me. Most of you fall into the category called millennial parents. Millennial parents. There might be grandparents. They are not in this. The present parents of our class 5 to 8 students are millennial parents. They were born in the 1980s, 1990s. They are called millennial parents. There is something about millennial parents and your children. Your children belong to what's called the alpha generation. The alpha generation is called so because they are people who are born after 2010 or there around. And why it's called alpha? Because at that year, Apple introduced the iPad. So alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet which Apple introduced instead of the Latin alphabet. So the Greek alphabet first letter is alpha. So this generation of your children, they are called the alpha generation. Now what is special about these millennials and alpha, I'll tell you. Maybe it's not that interesting or palatable to hear. You, the millennial parents, you were born into a privileged setup. You were born into a world which was very much privileged. So you think that everything should come to you unasked. You are an entitled, privileged, pampered generation. I'm talking about the millennial parents. Therefore, you got so many advantages unasked. Technology, for instance, many advantages came in your way. So what has happened is this generation of parents, the millennial parents, have become a little irresponsible. Sad to say this. Your parenting style is not very right. You think that your children have to be pampered and even spoilt. You idolize your children. Not all of you perhaps, but many parents of this generation. They idolize their parents. That is, they think that their parents, their children are always right. If the teachers find fault with their child, they won't accept it. They think that it can be the teachers who are at fault, not their children. The interesting thing about children is this: when they are in kindergarten and classes 1 to 4, the teacher can do no wrong. The teacher is always right. Once they are in 5 to 6 level, the teacher is always wrong. I got it? The teacher is always wrong. And not only the children, the parents also feel the same way. Kindergarten, classes 1 to 4, the teacher is always right. The teacher is always right. Parents are wrong. I remember what a parent told me long ago. He said when his son came home and started reading a poem, he was reading a poem written by Wordsworth. And the poem is Lucy Gray. And the boy was reading Lucky Gray. Lucy, but the correct pronunciation is Lucy. But the boy was reading aloud Lucky Gray. And so the father, who is somewhat educated, he said, "What are you reading?" And he said, "This is a poem written by William Wordsworth and it is Lucky Gray." But the father said, No, it is Lucy Gray." And the boy said, No, what do you know? Our teacher knows. Our teacher is right. Then the father came to the teacher and said, "Teacher, I heard him pronouncing this word as Lucky Gray, but is it not Lucy Gray?" The teacher said, "I'm sorry, I did not know. I never knew that it was Lucy Gray." The teacher is always right. That is up to class 4 only. 5 to 8, children think that the teacher is always wrong. And they go and tell the parents also, the teacher did this. Marks are low. That's because that teacher gives no marks. The teacher is very stingy. Almost everybody failed in my class. I at least scraped through. So teacher is at fault. Whenever they go home, they make so many observations about the teacher, all negative. And some of the parents nod their heads in approval. Oh, is that the case? It is true. Nowadays, these teachers are no good. Once upon a time, Little Rock teachers were wonderful. Now the standard has fallen miserably. But look at all the awards. The whole world thinks that Little Rock is doing exceptionally well, much better than before. But some of these children and their parents think that things are really very, very dismal. So the point here is that there is this notion that teachers are wrong and children are right. Don't idolize your children. They have a selective reporting. They tell you a few things which suit them. Their reporting need not always be true. When we tell you about their behavior, please take note of it. Why we tell you this is your children and their future. They have to learn certain good things here when they are at school. One small thing is about good manners. Your children should have good manners. Good manners are not just taught in classrooms. They have to be learned right from home. And you are a role model before the children. You model that behavior. If you are good-natured, if you are a person of good manners, your children also will follow the same example. I always say, good manners will open closed doors. Bad manners, on the other hand, will close even open doors. Good manners are very important for your children. Respect for others. Nowadays, we find that children do not want to respect teachers. Because in our school, we don't have punishment systems. We don't have any corporal punishment. So, children think that they can have their way. But that's very wrong. You need to set the right tone at home. Respect everybody, not only parents and teachers and elders, respect everyone. Everybody, every human being, an animal, everybody demands and deserves respect. Now, 4 things, and I'll finish my speech. At least 4 things we must remember, millennial parents in relation to the alpha children. One is, I told you, the parenting that you do. Earlier there was no such word as parenting, but today there is a word called parenting. And what applies to you is the new age parenting. And what you must remember is this, that you should never idolize your children. You should correct them where correction is required. You should observe them closely. Know your child. When they come and report things, what happened in school, about teachers and so on, please do not swallow hook, line and sinker. Please do not swallow everything that they say. Try to rationalize things. If you have a doubt, come and talk to the children and try to understand where things actually stand. The second one is your reliance and your children's reliance on technology. This generation of parents and children are heavily dependent on technology, particularly the screen. As our chief guest today pointed out, the mobile phone is good, but keep it as an instrument for your use. Don't make it your master. You know, it is an addiction. People spend a lot of time on screen, which is an addiction. If it is for acquiring knowledge, by all means, you can do it. It is definitely a veritable source, wonderful source of information. But you must ask yourself this question about how you are using this technology. Are you using it in the appropriate manner? This reliance on technology should not become an addiction. When anything becomes an addiction, like alcohol, tobacco, drugs, if anything becomes an addiction, it gives you some temporary relief. In psychology, they call it the dopamine effect. The dopamine effect. You get a temporary feeling of feeling good. It's a feel-good syndrome. A feel-good hormone is released in your body when you get into this kind of addiction, whether it is Instagram or WhatsApp or any social media. Like, as I said, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, all these, you know, very patently, they are all very, very bad addictions. And this one, technology, is also in the same category. You get a dopamine effect, a feel-good effect for a while, but it is a dangerous thing. And the next one is patience. Parents of this generation, they do not have patience. Children too, they don't have patience. They want instant gratification. They don't want to work hard to attain anything. They want to get everything instantly. Children are provided everything before they even ask for it. So they don't derive any pleasure in getting what they want. During our generation, getting a watch was like being on top of the world. But today, children come wearing the watch for KG admission. And I ask them, what's the time? When KG children come wearing real watch, I always ask them, what's the time, gentlemen? And then he will show the watch like this. It's for me to see the time. He doesn't know. Children are given a real watch even before they know what the watch is all about. Everything in life comes to them unasked before, much before that they can appreciate. See, you value something when you actually wait for something. You crave for something. You have a desire and you long for it. Then when it finally comes, you will appreciate, you will have value for it. But today, children get everything. Car beforehand. Last school day, I showed a video where it happened in India. The parents gave the 23-year-old son a birthday gift. The birthday gift was a brand new BMW car. BMW car. And what did the boy do? He was angry because he wanted a Jaguar. So what did he do? He pushed the car into a river. This was reported all over the world. I showed the video last time. the reporting that came from the US. And there the reporter says, once upon a time here in US, if children spoil food, we used to say, don't spoil food. Children in India are going hungry. But today, look at the situation in India. A birthday boy is unhappy with his BMW and he is pushing it into the river. What happened to the car, I don't know. Anyway, case is registered. Police always register cases whenever anything happens, but nothing happens thereafter. Now it is their own car and there will be nobody to complain. The parents cannot complain against the son. Anyway, the reporter finally says the father should have actually given him a Jaguar, and put him in the cage with the Jaguar. You know Jaguar means? Because that car, which now Tata has taken, it is called Jaguar, but the original meaning of Jaguar is that animal. So he should have been put there, the reporter says. So we have no patience, instant gratification. And the last one is an environment where we think that we must get the approval of our peer group. Parents discuss among parents of the same group and they decide what to do. Parents decide that they must go for integrated coaching. They must go to a school, college, where they have coaching for JEE, NEET and all that. 7-8 lakhs they will have to spend. But spending lakhs together should definitely bring in some good. Little Rock, the fees is only in a few thousands. Naturally, it will be cheap. But if you can pay in a few lakhs, you will get a better education, won't you? Like branded goods. Branded goods. Children, I am told, during rainy season wear shoes worth 8,000 rupees. 8,000 rupees. He will outgrow the shoes in another 6 months. But parents are giving shoes worth 7,000-8,000. See, this is nothing but snobbery. I always criticize snobbery and snobbish behavior. Showing off wealth. Showing everybody that I have got this, I have got that. Showing off one's possessions. That is a dangerous thing. So we, as responsible parents, as a community who would be interested in the welfare of our children, should take decisions very carefully and do what we can do for the children. Small things also matter. It is small things which actually matter. Then only it goes into bigger things. So I hope you as parents will take responsible decisions in relation to your children and teach them good manners and respect. Teach them this value of respect. They must respect everybody. The moment a child speaks ill of the teachers, casually about teachers, you must stop them. You must tell them that's not right. You must respect your teachers. Don't find fault with your teachers at every turn. It's wrong. It comes from parents. Parents should show respect to teachers. Naturally, children also will show respect to teachers. As a school, we will do everything possible to do everything possible for your children. Excellence for us is not the last word. Excellence for us is not a completed journey. Excellence has no finishing line. Excellence is an ongoing journey. It continues. So we want every child that comes through our hands to do well in life, like all these alumni we were talking about. Every child should be a successful person, good for himself, good for his family, good for the community. And we as teachers of Little Rock, who always work hard for the good of the children, will do everything possible for the success of your children. We wish you well and thank you very much for your presence today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and experiences with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, put your hands together for our next performance. Get ready to groove to the rhythms of energetic and vibrant folk dances of different states by the students of classes 5 and 6.
जो बना गेंद गजरा
കണ്ണാടി കൂടും കൂട്ടി കണ്ണെഴുതി പൊട്ടും കുത്തി കാവളം പൈങ്കിളി വായോ കുഞ്ഞാത്ത പെണ്ണിനൊടുക്കാൻ കുടമുള്ള കൊടിയുമായി കൂകിയും കുറുകിയും വായോ മഴയോളം മഞ്ഞളേ മുഴയോലക്കൂടലേ അഴകോലും മിഴിയോരം കുളിരോലും കരവല്ലേ മണവാളൻ വന്നു വിളിച്ചാൽ നാണം കൊള്ളും മനസ്സല്ലേ കണ്ണാടി കൂടും കൂട്ടി കണ്ണെഴുതി പൊട്ടും കുത്തി കാവളം പൈങ്കിളി വായോ
ലോപടിയാളിയും വേലയും മളിയും പട്ടണ രാസനമ്മേ ഒടിക്കാളി കമ്മളിയും ലാല തബളിയും ഫുല് ചബടിയും ശിരുപ്പറേ പണിക്ക് പിടിത്തെ മനോഹർ വരുണി ഓ വിപിടിത്തെ മനോഹർ വരുണി കമ 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 കൊടിയാര പമ്മെ നവലാക്കായ് ലോപടിയാളിയും വേലയും മളിയും പട്ടണ രാസനമ്മേ മാ
Wow! Thank you, friends, for that electrifying performance. The energy, the passion, the music, everything came together to create an unforgettable experience.
The students of classes 7 and 8 are eagerly waiting to unfold the rich cultural heritage of two incredible regions, Karnataka and Ladakh.
Why Karnataka and Ladakh?
Don't you know? As part of the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program, every state and union territory in India is paired with another for a year to promote cultural exchange and understanding. This year, we are paired with Ladakh.
Oh, is it?
Now, let's enjoy a dance that showcases the best of both regions.
From the snow-capped peaks of Ladakh to the lush green forests of Kodagu, and from Kolkata's vibrant streets to Kerala's tranquil backwaters, India is a stunning mosaic of cultures, languages, and traditions. With 22 official languages, over 1,600 dialects, and countless customs, our diversity is a proud reflection of our rich heritage. Experience this vibrant spirit through 3 captivating dance forms: the majestic Kodava dance, the enchanting Ladakhi dance, and the energetic Kolata dance. These dances celebrate regional traditions while showcasing the unity that binds us as Indians. Let the rhythms of Ek Bharat, Shreshta Bharat ignite pride and inspire harmony in our hearts.
Purinda jimana Kamnane jutam chishuda Shuksele maso बजागी में बेमीला सुखादला जजनारो रायु में बैठा बूढ़ी नीला शाह सुनने सांझियारो लाता युद्ध दिन तेजी तेला दिल से पहला ताकि पोमो kita nani nenti chona ne sempa che la vedo la devi dinte gisera delle bella da che pomo kita nani nenti chona ne sempa che la vedo
ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗದ ಕಲ್ಲು ನೋಡೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ನೋಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತವರೂರ ಅತ್ತ ನೋಡೆ ಚಿತ್ತ ನೋಡೆ ಚಿತ್ರದುರ್ಗದ ಕಲ್ಲು ನೋಡೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ನೋಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ತವರೂರ
Let's give a big round of applause to our friends for exhibiting the diversity and richness of Indian culture. Gratitude is the most exquisite form of courtesy. Here comes Preksha Shetty of class 6 to express words of gratitude.
A warm afternoon to all of you. Esteemed dignitaries of the day, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. A thankful heart opens our eyes to a multitude of blessings that continually surround us. As the curtains draw on this splendid celebration of our 43rd school day, I, Preksha Shetty of class 6, deem it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this special occasion. First and foremost, we bow our heads in reverence to the Almighty for blessing us abundantly with His choicest blessings. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. The famous quote is cherished by our director, Professor Matthew C. Ninan, in word and deed. He is the architect of the great legacy of Little Rock. On this occasion, I offer my sincere gratitude to you, sir, for your dedication and exemplary leadership. Thank you, sir. Our chief guest, Mr. Ashith Hegde, has graciously accepted our invitation to be with us this morning, despite his busy schedule. Sir, your inspiring words will be etched in our hearts. On behalf of the Little Rock family, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you, sir. I request Chaitanya Ji and Tejas Praveen Hampalli of class 6 to hand over the mementos to our chief guest as a token of our love and appreciation. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Chetan and Tejas. My deep sense of appreciation to the trustees of Priority One India, members of the School Managing Committee, and heads and members of our sister institutions for their steadfast support and cooperation in all our endeavors. Our Deputy Director, Mrs. Lali A. Matthew, is the beacon of guidance and motivation for all of us. Thank you, madam, for the selfless service that you have been rendering right from the inception of this institution. Our beloved principal, Dr. John Thomas, is a pillar of strength and inspires us to achieve our best with his unwavering dedication and passion. I thank you, sir, wholeheartedly. I extend my gratitude to all the invited guests, parents, students, and alumni for being an integral part of this joyous day. We are deeply moved by your encouraging presence. My heartfelt gratitude to the Vice Principals, Mrs. Julia Lewis and Mr. Hari Krishna D., the head teachers, the academic coordinator, and all the members of the faculty and staff of the school for your round-the-clock efforts. Your active support and motivation are the cornerstones of every success. Thank you. I thank all the teachers in charge of variety entertainment and all the participants. The creativity and hard work that you have put in reflected in your outstanding performances. It infused life into this mega celebration. May the joy of today linger in our hearts for days to come. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Preksha, for your sincere words of recognition and appreciation.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, let's all give a big round of applause to all the performers of today and the teachers who trained them.
It has been a morning of an artistic journey across the diverse land of our traditions and culture. Thank you all for your enthusiastic participation. We hope that today's performances have etched a mark in your hearts.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Jai
Please be seated.
Your attention please. Here are a few announcements.
Students who return by school buses may be seated in the auditorium itself till you get the intimation from your teachers.
We have 3 possible exits from the auditorium. Please use any one of them.
If anybody has difficulty climbing down the steps, please go to the foyer and use the lift available there.
Participants of classes 5 and 6 will be waiting in the pavilion adjacent to the new beehive. Participants of classes 7 and 8 will be waiting inside the new beehive with their teachers in charge.
I repeat, participants of classes 5 and 6 will be waiting in the pavilion adjacent to the new beehive. Participants of classes 7 and 8 will be waiting inside the new beehive with their teachers in charge.
Parents, please cooperate as the participants may take some time to get to the allotted areas. Please do not rush. Thank you one and all for your wholehearted cooperation. This is Rishane Shetty,
Samudyata S.
and Erin Winnie
bidding you goodbye.